tremendously financially. We have our friends here who represent so many of the groups that are working with those in the Blue Mountains and across New South Wales now, and particularly I'd like to welcome Craig Lapsley from the Victorian Fire Commissioner, and it is fantastic that he is here to lend his support and to share some words with us. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you. It's really heart-moving to see what's actually happened in New South Wales over the last week. One day to be victims and the next day to be survivors is a really important understanding of what's happening in New South Wales. To lose homes, to lose what people have, all their belongings that have gone is something that's very traumatic for all those involved. And we in Victoria certainly understand that from the 090 fires and other fires that we've had. It's interesting to note that Victorians have a big heart when it comes to fires. They know the trauma that fires bring, and we know what we can give, and I think it's now the time to think about what we can give. It's certainly time to look at the appeals that are being run in New South Wales and be able to contribute to those, and certainly now it's about contribution of money that the agencies will be able to support the communities in what they need to do to rebuild their community, their lives. It's absolutely fundamental. Our firefighters, Victorian firefighters from CFA, MFB, DEPI, Parks Victoria have all been in New South Wales over the last 7 days. Their contribution has been absolutely fantastic. Been recognised by the Commissioner of New South Wales Rural Fire Service and the Fire and Rescue New South Wales Commissioner. Done a great job, and they're starting to come home over the next couple of days. They've been in there with the communities, with the New South Wales firefighters, and have done an absolutely fantastic job, as we know our Victorian firefighters do every time, not only in Victoria but when they're out of the state. It hasn't finished for New South Wales. I'll still have a fire season of significance over the next few weeks. But what has happened is that the Blue Mountains communities do need support, and we will give our energy in Victoria to make sure they get that support, and certainly the appeals of seeking contribution from anyone across Australia to contribute financially to the appeals will be something that's really important.
Great. And one community that really knows what it's all about is the Marysville community, and we at Federation Square were really delighted to be able to work with them when they were on fire. And it's fantastic that we've got Dave Stirling from that community here to just give us a little bit of an insight about, what the Blue Mountains community might be experiencing right now.
Yeah, thanks for that. And look, I'd just like to say, obviously, just watching that video clip, it's certainly pretty emotional for someone like myself and our community, and I suppose the whole Victorian community who obviously witnessed the 2009 fires. I suppose I stand here today, and obviously 4 years on, nearly 5 years actually, with I suppose the belief that out of something very, very bad can become something very, very good. And I'm probably very confident that the areas that have been affected in New South Wales by the recent fires, and maybe ones that are still going, but certainly that in the next 12 months I'll look back and the trees will be a little bit greener and things will start to brighten up. And I suppose it's right at this point in time though that the community are looking to each other for support and looking to their family and friends, which is no doubt what we did as a community, and they are extremely important to, I suppose, the well-being of each and every individual within the wider community. So I sort of call on those people within those communities to look after each other, look out for each other, support where you possibly can. And for those in the wider community, we're here down in Victoria, obviously making sure that we're here to support in any way, shape or form. And just recently I had conversations in Tasmania where they also experienced these fires, and we're acutely aware of what's needed, and it's really from the Victorian point of view where anybody can possibly give, whatever that may be, whether that's voluntary hours, whether that's dollars and cents, no matter what it is, whatever you can give. There are going to be people that obviously lost everything. There are also, I might add, in these communities, people that maybe didn't lose anything, but are also going to be extremely traumatised by what's going on, and they also need to be supported. But and again, I probably stand here knowing that of the 2009 fires, that the government, the fire authorities, and all those health services that have been provided to our community, I'm sure that they have learned a hell of a lot in our 2009 experience to take that experience and go forward, not only to help rebuild those communities, to make them very much stronger in the future. And I'd certainly hope and wish those communities all the very, very best, and anything that I can do personally, I certainly would more than happily lend our support far and wide. So thanks for having me here today.